concept for employees. So it's every day they run a guided tour through the city for half an hour that runs from 12:30 till 1 o'clock or 1 to 1:30, that anyone can come along, learn a little bit about the city and get moving during your lunch break. And they also have a Sports Ability Hub, which is specifically designed for people with disabilities to be able to use the equipment and have people there to support their use of the equipment and programs. So that's just a few examples. There are many more, but I'm sure most of you are familiar with the types of programs that active cities can run. There are also a few other interesting initiatives that aren't directly program related or coordinated at a particular time. One that I particularly like is the Park and Walk scheme. So Launceston has allotted an area just outside of the centre of the city for free parking for residents or workers within Launceston, where they can park but then they walk through quite a picturesque, however many hundreds of metres to get to work. So it just adds that little bit of 10-15 minutes walking to their day, but it also gives the benefit of free parking, which, as you can imagine, is quite attractive to commuters. They have a series of suburban walking maps, so the city is signposted quite clearly and these maps are readily available. People can again learn something about the city while they're engaging in physical activity. As well, there's the team at Active Launceston are working quite closely with the government and councils to develop the physical activity policy within and around Launceston and also the strategic planning of the city. And now also Active Launceston has become quite renowned within Launceston, as you would hope, so they now offer their endorsement to other projects, privately run projects, so it's actually a benefit for privately run projects to be endorsed by the Active Launceston concept. But as with any good project or program, it's not much use unless people know about it, and people can't use it unless people know about it. So the Active Launceston team have put together quite a strong marketing and branding approach. As you will have noticed by now, they've come up with quite an attractive and a catchy logo. They also have a slogan which is similar to a lot of the other slogans that you've seen today: Move More, Live More with Active Launceston. And they also have developed quite a comprehensive website, which I'll go into in some more detail in the next couple of slides because I'm quite impressed by it. This is the face of the website. It's quite bright, it's quite colourful, but it also has all the information that you need about Active Launceston, and it's very, very user-friendly and accessible. The good things about the website, which especially for younger generations who rely very heavily on internet-based information, is that it's attractive and it's very clean, so it appeals to all ages. Information is easy to find. It's simple and user-friendly. It's very, very informative, so it has a lot of, you can see the tabs across the top, one of which is resources, so it refers to Australian standards, other initiatives from other cities, etc. And it's very well connected, so it's easy to use. Typically there's a 3-click policy, so any piece of information that you want is only 3 clicks away, which is very important in this day and age. The other interesting aspects which I like about the program in general is the little did you know facts, which up the top right hand corner of the website screen. There's just some interesting facts about Tasmania, and even I found them quite motivational to get out there and do it. So they made physical activity not sound quite so hard, just in their little facts and pieces of information that you can use. There's also a lot of potential for advertising, so they've developed it into quite a commercial atmosphere, using advertising for physical activity related fields. And their calendar is very interactive and kept up to date, and people can look to see what's going on any particular day, week, month or year. So people can plan ahead, or they can wake up on a Sunday morning and say, what shall I do today? I'll check on the internet what's going on, and it's very well developed, it's quite interactive, so it keeps the community updated on what's happening. The results and outcomes, skipping to the last point, as I mentioned before, they haven't really had any official results published as yet, but we hope to start to get those in over the next 6 months and towards the end of the year. But they Active Launceston have put a lot of effort into ongoing monitoring of the program's effects, so doing surveys similar to the results that you've seen from some of the other programs. When they have those results, there will be a lot of effort to evaluate and analyse the results to understand better what worked and what didn't, key success factors to the program, the forward strategy for Launceston, and indeed how can this strategy be applied elsewhere, or what can be applied elsewhere. So just a few key points about Active Launceston. There was comprehensive preparation for the program, not just, right, it's a good idea, let's go do it. There was a lot of background planning and strategy development before the campaign launched. They have great initiatives, so excellent programs that appeal to a really wide audience, but that has gone hand in hand with great communication mediums, particularly their website, marketing and branding. So Active Launceston is really well known as a tangible thing within Launceston. It has a broad support base, as we've come to understand today. Programs don't really get very far unless there is support from governmental, non-governmental bodies, from the people themselves. So it's really an inclusive and consultative process, so the people of Launceston feel like they own Active Launceston, and its success is to do with them. And there's access for all target groups in all the settings that we've spoken about. So there's programs that apply for all age groups, all genders, etc., and in all settings. And there are also dedicated resources to the project. So it's difficult to get things up and running if you don't have some people, however large your project may be, dedicated to making sure that the day-to-day running of the project is happening, as well as the broader umbrella aspects. So thank you very much for your attention today. If you would like more detailed information, I've got Lucy Marshall's contact information with me at Active Launceston. She's the project coordinator. Unless anyone has any questions now.
Yes, we have. Thank you, Bill. This was brilliant.
It's interesting you gave us the data for the relative temperatures and you focused on that. So how does activity maybe change in relation to season?
We consider our cold weather really cold, even though it's not really cold. So there's still a lot of outdoor-based activity. Tasmania is very, very strong in hiking, and it's very picturesque, so there's a lot of camping and rock climbing type activities. So it's not a huge difference. People tend to get outdoors in all weather. In Australia, there's not as much indoor-based physical activity.
Yeah, this is very excellent, very, very comprehensive program. You have a project manager and coordinator. How many people are really involved to get this program running?
Oh, Wolfgang?
I think it's all in all. First of all, we have to note that the university is strongly involved. So they also offer some students and some employees from the university for a certain time frame to be part of this program. It's a model case. It runs 18 months or
Yes.
18 months, so they give special access for people from university to run this program. And I think it's all in all 4 professional people who are doing it for this temporary time. And those 2 ladies are just 2 of them. Yeah.
Yes, although the project manager also has her role at the university as well, so she's not full-time on it, but the project coordinator is.
Right. Well, key issue, how did you reach the physically inactive people to take part in the project? Or did you find that the universal finding that physically active people come and show up and they actually take over the program? Or what happened with you?
I'm probably not the best person to answer that question, having not been directly involved in any of the analysis of the results at Active Launceston, but I'm more than happy to find out for you if you're interested.
This would be the big question.
Yeah.
How to motivate the inactive.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I know there is contrary to a lot of what we've spoken about today, but perhaps along the lines of where we sort of headed earlier, one of the did you know facts on the website is It's not about being unfit and thin. It doesn't. You're better to be fit and fat than, I can't remember the exact wording, but you're better to be fit and fat than unfit and thin. So it's tries to look at the positive side of becoming fit as an overall holistic health benefit, as opposed to, I guess, if you're purely focusing on the word obese, it's a negative word to start with, so they're sort of trying to target it at a little bit of a different angle. They're not targeting obese people or anything in particular.
Okay.
Sort of like a scratching the surface to find out how to proceed in the future.
Yes, this is very much a model case to see what works and to see where they should focus their energy in future case.
Okay, thank you very much. And then